Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. You look so gorgeous tonight.
Thank you. Basta. Good evening, City of True Love. Good evening, Johnny. My question is, tell us your journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and eventually self-expression. Again, tell us your journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and eventually self-expression.
Question. Totoo mo ba? Ano sa inyo question?
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, to tell you honestly, I am very fortunate enough because my journey towards my self-discovery has not been that problematic just like anybody else. The moment I was born in a family which is very accepting. My parents accepted me for who I am, and there is no turning point in my sexuality because I know when I was a child that I am already this way. And I'm so glad that my mother and father have supported me throughout. And until this moment, I have discovered in myself that whatever it takes, my family will always be there. And so therefore, I have accepted myself for the flaws that I have and working so much, so hard so that I can work on the shortcomings that I have, on the imperfections that I have, to turn them all into something that everybody will be pleasing in their eyes. And therefore, how I express myself is that just this way, I am never hiding anything from you all. What you see is what you get. What is inside me is what transpires, so that everybody will definitely understand that you do not have to pretend to be somebody else. You just have to be yourself, because in being yourself, that is when you become the most beautiful. And here I am, standing just like who I am, who my parents raised me to be. And here I am, standing as the best version, the most beautiful woman that I can be. So ladies and gentlemen, let us all love oneself. Let us all love one another. Thank you all so much.
Very well said. Ayan. Oh, di ba hindi pa yun sa 2 minutes, pero ang ganda na ng mga nasabi mo. Ang okay. Parang Little Mermaid yung narinig ko kanina. Isn't it na? Ang ganda. Candidate number 3.
Pero may tanong ako, Miss Georgia. Naunawaan mo ba yung sagot?
Hindi ko naunawaan, alam mo kung bakit. Nakatutok ko kay Josh.
Ako din. Kasi tinitingnan ko kung time's up na, di ba?
Tinitingnan ko siya kung mag-letter T na. Are you ready for your 2 minutes? Para siyang si Roxanne Barcelo.
Yes.
Kamukha niya si
So
Roxanne.
gorgeous.
You're beautiful.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Mali yung sagot mo. Same to you.
Definitely yes.
Alright, so judge number 2. Please speak now. Ay, si Miss Renz Wallet pala. Okay, ma'am?
Good evening, candidate number 3, and welcome to the City of True Love.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Rance.
Alright, so here is your question. How will you prepare yourself for growing old alone? How will you prepare yourself for growing old alone?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question.
Nandito pa naman ako.
The future depends on what you do today. A quote of Lao Tzu that I will forever instill in my mind. That what I did towards the community seems to be an inspiration to everyone. By means of having my presidential scholar, I would like to inspire everyone that poverty will not hinder you towards any success in life. And I believe I'm not afraid to be old in the future without any person standing in front of me or standing back behind me. I would like to inspire you that little by little, our little efforts to continuously live our life to the fullest by having a successful life, little by little, we can have a lasting and meaningful impact towards the future that we want to have. A future that wants to be pursued not just by the LGBTQIA+, but also the heterosexuals. Because sooner or later, we will not assure ourselves that we can have a partner. But then again, I would like to say that I'm very proud that I have a partner that drove me from Naga City to Tabakla City in order for him to support me. And I believe everyone can have their perfect partner sooner or later. And I hope sana matuto tayong maghintay. I would like to instill that to every minds of every youth na maghalat ka lang sana ta may maabot sa imo. Salamat po.
Yun. So he will grow old with you. Okay, so we move on to candidate number 4, Jessica. How are you, Jessica?
To be honest, I am immensely tired because just last night I competed in Bari Estiwi Albay. But with the support of the people of Tabaco, I feel relieved right now.
So, kasama niyo sa 2 minutes ha. So may natitira ka na lang.
Ilan na lang yung natitirang time? 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Yes. Carry lang. So ready ka na? Okay.
Good evening. Your question is, pride and lust are among the 7 capital sins. Which between these 2 will send you to hell and why? You want to repeat? I repeat the question. Pride and lust are among 7 capital sins. Which between these 2 will send you to hell and why?
I believe that pride and lust is part of the 7 deadly sins from God. And if I were to choose between the 2 that will send everyone to hell, it would be lust. Because our virginity should just be given to our right partner. We should always wait for our marriage in order for us to be able to give our virginity. For I always believe, ladies and gentlemen, that love can wait. Our pleasures can wait to the right person. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that it is wrong to give your body to anyone. It is wrong to be lustful. And let us always remind ourselves that at the end of the day, let us learn how to respect each and every single one's body because it is a God's given gift. Thank you.
I was so hurt when you said virginity.
Kaya nga, while she was
Yes,
answering,
because I just lost it many years ago.
And to whom did you give it?
Yes, ako pride na lang will send me to hell. Because the last will last forever. Candidate number 7, Antoinette Sapo. You're very beautiful.
Thank you so much, you as well.
Ay, perfect. Ready na siya. Ganda niyo, oh.
You as well.
Given the present situation where nations wage war against nations, how will you tell the world of God's love? Again? Given the present situation where nations wage war against nations, how will you tell the world of God's love?
Thank you so much for that very wonderful question. I would like to be heard differently in answering this question because I know for a fact that this should be coming from our hearts and not from our minds or scripted words. Because I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we are here not to impress each and every one of us, but to express our own thoughts. In these times that we experience different kinds of wars within nations to nations, I believe that in order for this to be prevented and in order for this to be accepted in our society is that we should share open communication and love towards one another. Because I believe, ladies and gentlemen, the very question asked of this night is that what makes the world go round? It is all because of love and acceptance that we have towards one another. And if we have that instilled in ourselves, in our minds, in our heart, then definitely nations to nations will be helping each other towards the betterment of our daily lives. Because I believe, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to be successful,
you should never be alone because I believe no man is an island. You should work hand in hand, nation to nation, president to president, because I believe that you will work towards the betterment and the success of everyone's life. Thank you and good evening.
Wow, well said.
Yes!
So I guess Miss Georgia, sabayan na kita dyan because
Ano ka na, may
may isang
microphone na
band.
sila.
Yes, meron na po.
Yes.
Alright, so who will be the next finalist?
We have
Will
Miss
asked
Chidi
question.
Abdo from Naga City.
Alright, so from Naga City.
Yan, Miss Minorca Mercado.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
This is my question for you. What can be your greatest achievement that will possibly make you truly fulfilled and contented? I repeat the question. What can be your greatest achievement that will possibly make you truly fulfilled and contented?
Thank you for that wonderful question. One thing that I observed tonight is that we have different ages in the audiences. We have children, we have adults, and we have different genders. We have LGBT community and straight men and women. So I think my answer would definitely important for you to be able to inspire with my message. I think my biggest achievement is that when I already knew my purpose. Upon arriving here in Muchanan, Tabakla, I was really asking myself that, what am I? What I'm doing? Hanggang konti several lang ba ako? And it just breaks my heart because I was trying to apply for any jobs and I am not contented with my life. But I see the light here in Muchanan, Tabakla, 2023. I see the light that there is hope. And that is hope, is to inspire others. And I believe that every one of us has the capability to respond in their calling. And I think this is my calling. To be a beauty queen, to be an inspiration, and to use my voice to fight my causes. Because at the end of the day, yes, maybe I'm not a professional, but I am just beauty queen, and that is something that achievement for myself. I can inspire other people, I aspire other people, and I help other people because I believe that the power of the people lies in their voices, and silence will never be an option. And me as a contestera, I will never be silent because my voice will be my achievement in my whole life. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much.
Very well said.
Candidate number 8. And now, let's move on by si Josh. Okay,
Hello,
bumabawi
Mia.
lang siguro. Okay, so candidate number 9, before you give your answer, from what municipality or city you are representing tonight?
I am representing the Puto Festival of Bicolandia and the place where good things happen, Municipality of Uwas, Province of Albay.
Wow, where good things happen. Puto Festival is from Uwas, Albay. Okay, so now, who will be the judge? Okay, judge number 1 again, Miss Myla Cruz.
Candidate number 9.
Good evening, ma'am.
The question goes this way. Can someone from the LGBTQ and QA plus community command respect through moral ascendancy? Why or why not?
Please repeat, ma'am.
Can someone from the LGBTQ and A plus community command respect
That the best example and the best person that commands respect to all of the people is that the first transgender woman, which is Miss Geraldine Roman. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that all of us, all of the people are belittling the LGBT community. But one thing is the example of respect and intelligence is Miss Geraldine Roman. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we are LGBT community. We are the breadwinner of our family, and we are not just a simple person. We have a vision and mission here in this world. That I believe, ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to gain respect and in order for us to achieve unity and peace in this world, all we should do is to respect and love one another. Thank you so much and good evening.
Wow, thank you. Ika nga, Miss Georgia, love begets love.
Yes,
respect begets respect. Diba?
So
Alright.
candidate number 10, Jackson.
One of the tallest candidates for tonight, diba?
Yeah, I believe she's the tallest. she's
PBA. Alright, so this time, Miss Jackson, please be ready now to answer the question to be given by judge number 2.
Thank you so much. So here is your question. Are you ready? I should be. Alright. How will you show your love to a person who doesn't love you back? How will you show your love to a person who doesn't love you back?
Ladies and gentlemen, in my years of existence, I also experienced heartaches, trials, and being disregarded by those persons that I love. But one thing that matters the most is what you give. It's not about what you get back. As a human, the first human values that was instilled to us by our parents is to love. We love our parents, we love our siblings, and especially we love those persons who gave us true love. I was able to cope up or fix myself again by saying that I am better than your rejection. I am better than the pain, and I am more motivational than the heartaches I received before. Because standing here today is not about being beautiful, not just about being brainy. It's about serving your purpose. That even though you love someone or you give so much love to someone, it doesn't mean that it should have in return. It's a reciprocity of action that is not actually familiar to a lot of people. A reciprocity that's sometimes not being given to us. But remember, a Latin phrase that says, ubi amor, ubi dolor. Remember that when there is love, there is always pain. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. Candidate, no?
I love that amor and dolor.
Baka santo yun, di ba?
Oo, amor and dolor. Parang olor.
Olor.
Oo, perfume.
Yes, perfume. Sponsor natin sa mga perfume.
Yes,
po.
candidate number 12. Mariano from
Malilipot.
Malilipot.
Albay. Okay, so Hans, are you now ready for your final question?
I should be.
You should be. Okay, so now, moving on to judge number 3.
Hi Hans, good evening.
Hello,
Your question is loving always right, even if by loving you might break somebody else's heart? Another one, is loving always right, even if by loving you might break somebody else's heart?
Wow, thank you so much for that very timely and relevant question. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I always believe that a long answer is never tantamount or equivalent to a good answer. But I always believe that as long as you answer the question straightforward, coming from your heart and mind, definitely it is correct. And the question goes this way: do I believe that loving somebody that will make someone or someone else's heart break? Definitely, I am encountering that right now. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I will speak something that I have been experiencing this at this very point of time. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I am currently in a 2-year relationship with my boyfriend from Bulacan. And before that, I was able to love someone, but I choose to still love my boyfriend right now, even though I would break that first man that I first loved. But I always believe, ladies and gentlemen, that love is a commodity that makes everything possible, even though it's impossible. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, that love isn't always about happiness, that love isn't always about sweetness, but sometimes the true essence of love is if you're able to encounter a lot of circumstances and definitely hindrances in life, that I believe that we should say that love is the most powerful thing here on earth for us to have a sweet and inclusive country. Thank you so much.
Alright, so thank you so much. Candidate number 12.
Yes, buti pa siya na-experience ngayon.
Ikaw parang may long-term relationship ka din, di ba? Ilan na sa'yo?
3 decades.
3 decades? So nahalata yung edad mo?
Si
Beach is
Glenda
here.
is here. Oh my God! I'm so
Yes.
happy that You made it here!
Of course.
Alam mo pa, yung mutya ng Tabakla will not be completed without the presence of her beauty!
That's why the presence of our very own Vice Governor is here. And right after our final question and answer, she is about to give a message for everyone.
Yes, yung messages ni Mayor kanina, siya pang magsasabi ng aside from sa message niya. Trust lang po. So we move on to candidate number 15, Marian Bon. Ayan, a very good friend of mine. How are you?
Hello, I'm so happy and I'm so thankful that I was part of the top 10.
Yes. So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you should be. Sabi nila, I should be.
Iba naman yung sa akin.
I am.
Good evening, Marian. The question goes this way. Which between faith and hope will save you from a lonely night? Repeat. Which between faith and hope will save you from a lonely night? Okay.
Thank you so much for that question. I will direct to the point. I will answer it would be hope in a lonely night. Because meaning to say, if you have hope within your heart, meaning to say your faith is still there. In my story, I am a person with full of mistakes, disappointment in life. But that kind of mistakes makes me a better version of myself. Because someone who believed in me, someone who loved me, and that built me on my darkest hour, that there is still a light, and that is hope. Thank you so much.
Thank you, candidate number 15.
Okay, so
Thank you
let's
so much. Good
find
luck,
this.
Jill.
From where are you also candidate? Last candidate for tonight, number 17.
I am all the way from the municipality of Camaligan, province of Camarines Sur.
Wow, ang layo, no? But we are very thankful that you become part of Budya ng Tabakla 2023.
It's really my honor to be here tonight.
Okay, so this time, be ready now for your question to be given by the chairman of the Board of Judges, Miss Vic Adlaon.
Hi Jill, this is your question. Was there ever a time in your life when you had to decide against yourself in order to save someone or at least make him happy? I'll repeat the question. Was there ever a time in your life when you had to decide against yourself in order to save someone or at least make him happy?
One thing that I have learned earlier in a pre-pageant is we need to be authentic, honest, and breaking the barriers as a member of LGBTQ community. Prior joining this pageant yesterday, my mom went to the hospital and we need to confine her because she had been sick for a longest time. There were moments that I need to go against myself because I love joining pageants. Mutya ng Tabakla 2023 had been my dream. But I am willing not to join to this pageant just to make sure that my mom would be okay. I pray to God that if this is for me and if this is destined for me, everything will be okay and I will be making it on time. I arrived late on the arrival of the candidates, but I was able to join the competition. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes there are sacrifices that we had to make. There are sacrifices that we need to do. And sometimes we are against ourselves. But because someone is something that we love and someone we value dearly, that could change our life forever. We need to also make sure that our life is not all about ourselves. We need to be selfless, not selfish. And I think that's the real purpose of being a beauty queen and being a Miss Tabakla 2023. Thank you and good evening.
Wow, thank
Thank you so much, Jill, and get well soon to your mom.
Yes, we will be praying
I'm sure
for...
she's very proud of you.
Yeah, so we will be praying for the fast healing of your
Yes.
loving mother.
She will be very proud.